to cover some of these topics and concepts. I had an opportunity to be mentored by a gentleman in the industry who was, outstanding trainer, mentor. He was actually a young guy, at the time. He was about 10 years my junior at the time.
Wait 30 seconds.
Well, I'm just kind of giving him some filler. He was about 10 years my junior not 10, it was more like 5. But this is the gentleman who took to this information the way that he digested this information and implemented was phenomenal. In the company that we were in, he was the #1 money earner for like 15 years consecutive. And even 5 years after he stopped actively doing the business, he was still #1. Took an organization from 3 people to 300,000 people in 5 years. From 3 people to 300,000 people. And this information, created a group of individuals. If I call their names, you would know who they are if you were familiar with the industry, that we all were in this company together. They left that company, and each company they went to, like people went to different companies from there, and they went to the top of the plans. And we're talking about some people that are considered legends in the industry that have gone to other companies. And I'm not naming companies because it's all about SISEL, right? Right? But I just want to give you the backdrop of the information I'm going to share with you. This information was shared with us in a leadership meeting that lasted about 20 hours straight. So I'm going to do my best to digest that information for you and synthesize it, down to about an hour and a half, maybe, throughout the course of the day. But if you really recognize that the compensation plan has already been done. The company has done the compensation plan. They have done the products, right? They have the logo. They have the websites. They have the international distribution. We have the manufacturing plan. All of that stuff is in place. The thing that's going to create your success, you can't touch it. It's intangible. You can't touch it, right? And because it's intangible, it's something that has to come from within you. Does that make sense? So there are some key principles, and it's a thought process that's going to keep you in the game long enough so that you can achieve the goals that you set and you can get what you came for. And the whole idea is to help everyone get what they come for, no matter what that is. If they just want to feel good around a bunch of positive people, we want them to get that. They want to go to the top of the comp plan, make 6 figures a month, we want them to get that, and everything in between. Does that make sense? Right? So at this point, I like for everyone that's on my team to stand up. Everyone that's on my team. So I just like for everyone that's on my team, that's part of this SISEL International team, I like everyone to stand up. Right. So we passed the first test. Give it a heads up. So the bottom line, it doesn't matter who introduced you to the business. It doesn't matter who your sponsor is. We're all on the same team. And that's something that people don't understand, in the industry overall. And even within organizations, people splinter and fracture the organizations, and they create disharmony, and they wind up, losing the vision and the mission that they were on initially. So you want to make sure that that concept of team just is always present in your mind and forefront in your mind, because that's how we're going to be able to build a nationwide network to link up with the international network that's already been put in place. It's going to be based on the relationships, and we can do it in a very short time frame. And again, I'm going to bounce around. I'm going to touch on concepts. I'm not going to go deep into stuff because we don't have the time. But we are scheduling a leadership meeting for the summer at some point where we're going to go in detailed depth in some of these concepts. So just really, I want to communicate to you the energy and the concept behind these principles. And if you can just take some of the nuggets, it's going to help you with what we have laid out for the next 90 days. Does that make sense? So I have a list of stuff, and I'm just going to hit the topics and go. If you have a question, ask the question, but we're going to go kind of rapid fire. Is that okay? Fantastic. So pain versus pleasure, foundational principle, pain versus pleasure. People move toward what's pleasurable, and they move away from what's painful. So one of your number one goals as a network marketer is not to be a pain. Right? Don't be a pain to people. You don't want people to experience pain when they're dealing with you, when they see you, when they hear your voice. So our system is designed to do two things. Is to spit out a customer or a business partner. There's no other outcomes, the way that our system is designed. No does not mean no. No means not now. No means I got some stuff going on in my life, I'm really not listening to you right now. No means not now, right? So our system is designed to spit out a customer or a business partner, but if you put people in painful situations, that not now is going to turn into never. Does that make sense? So people move toward what's pleasurable, and they move away from what's painful. Does that make sense? So everything that's related and associated with SISEL needs to be not pleasurable in a sense standpoint, but pleasurable in the sense that it doesn't cause pain. Does that make sense? So that means that your in-home meetings have to be timely. They have to start on time. They have to be 45 minutes to an hour, right? When you are engaging people, you have to bring your best self. If you're having a bad day, just turn your phone off. Get you a little thing of Haagen-Dazs, turn on Netflix and just be with your misery, right? Just enjoy that, relish that for that day or whatever. But just don't engage people. Don't engage your team. Don't start whining to your upline, your success line we call it, right? And don't engage people that you're looking to become a customer or a business partner. Does that make sense? So number one principle, pain versus pleasure. Any questions? That's pretty clear, right? The next thing is that a fundamental thing that happens to people that have had success before they've been introduced to network marketing, or they might even have had success in another company, in the industry, is that they don't know what they don't know. And that's a problem. They don't know what they don't know. They think that they know. But they don't know what they don't know. And what we tend to try to do is convince people that, what we know, the information that they need to know. So you don't ever want to get into convincing mode. You want to be able to sort. But just remember that everyone hasn't experienced the manufacturing plant in Utah. Everyone hasn't experienced the products yet. Right? So you have information that they have, but they don't know. They don't know what you know. And you have to realize that when you're engaging people, and don't, just bombard them with information and facts and figures, but you have to relate with them. Relate to their heart first. Right? Because people, in the industry, people don't quit. A business partner will quit on a business partner, but a friend won't quit on a friend. Because your friend can make you mad, you can have a knock-down, drag-out argument, a week later, it's like it never happened, right? So you have to be in a position where you can create those relationships and recognize everyone doesn't have the information that you have. And you don't want to create a situation where, because you're throwing so much information, enthusiasm, excitement, you're creating pain for that person. So now you're calling them, everything goes to voicemail. They see you. Some offices, they have that long hall like that, and places where you could duck. They see you down there, they're like, oh, bam, they bang it right quick. They take a long way back to their desk, right? Right? Because you are creating pain for them. It's painful to engage with you because you're so crazy about this company. Does that make sense? So keep that in mind.